Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining.
Thank you once again for joining us. The
5
bans are out,
seconds
as you can see. The match is underway. Once again, this is game 2
Reserve
of the
time.
Giantbomb Community Tournament's Losers Finals. The winner goes on to face Team Gaff in the Grand Finals. And right now, if you're Team YOLO, that means you just need to win
Radiant
one more
team
game.
ban.
Team Guidos put up a very good effort in what was around a 40-minute game, perhaps about 45. Definitely much better than their previous matches against Team YOLO. And unfortunately, they just couldn't get the Medusa and the Juggernaut online fast
10
enough
seconds remaining.
before Team YOLO, with their wombo combo strat of Skyflare
5 seconds remaining.
and pretty much Skyflare and snares. In their case, they used the Chakram
Reserve time.
and Astral Imprisonment from the Outworld Devourer to just do mass damage to Team Guidos. And if you're Team Guidos, you need to sort of take a step back. There was a quick 5-minute break or so. And Guidos needs to be careful, because if they play this wrong, they are officially out of this tournament and in 3rd place. And I think these are, if not identical bans, very similar bans to the first game. Both Kunkka, Omni Knight, and Brewmaster and Death Prophet are the first set of bans, and immediately the Skywrath Mage is picked again. I do not doubt that YOLO is going to go for a similar, if not exactly the same strategy as they did with Game 1. And you can see that YOLO did not ban the Skywrath outright, and now he's on the field. So, if you're Guidos, you need to figure out how to, I don't know, deal with that.
10
Good
seconds
words from
remaining.
my end. And Skywrath doing
5
great
seconds
job.
remaining.
I don't recall who. Madu was on the Skywrath during the first game, and he did a great job
Reserve time.
locking down heroes with the silence, slowing them down, and then just taking them out. Once he got level 6, he was a threat pretty much the entire match. And that ignores, of course, once he got the Ghost Scepter. And it looks like first pick is taking a bit of time for Team Guidos. They need to be careful, because once again, if they lose this next game, they're in 3rd
Radiant team
and out of this tournament. However, of course, if they win this game, it goes on to a Game 3 for this Losers Final. And Viper is their first pick. That might be a deny pick. Viper was chosen by Team YOLO first. YOLO using Viper mostly as for his snare and right click, and frankly that's what he did. He snared and right clicked fairly effectively during that last game. And wondering if that's going to be
10
Damali this
seconds
time.
remaining.
Damali, who played Medusa in the previous match. But it's still relatively
5
early in
seconds
this match.
remaining.
In this draft, apologies. To sort of make judgments on what they plan on doing.
Reserve time.
Notice they went with a carry first. Wondering if they're going to go for a support pick next. Of course, you're going to want to pick your supports. And there they go, the Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi was their very first pick
Dire team
for
ban.
Team Guidos, who won the coin toss earlier. And immediately in a response, Razor was picked by Team YOLO. Looks like maybe they want to go through this really quickly, or trying to psych out the opponents. Though the ban was not nearly as
10
fast.
seconds
Of course, Razor
remaining.
being an anti-carry, they banned the Medusa. And
Radiant team ban.
Outworld Devourer was banned immediately after.
Dire team ban.
Though maybe that wasn't going to be on YOLO's lineup. We'll see, because it's still relatively early. Obviously, the wombo combo that they were employing with Skywrath Mage was fairly straightforward. However, still a little early to determine whether or not that's going to be
10
the
seconds
strategy they go for this game. Of course, I mentioned Razor being an anti-carry.
5
His
seconds
static link
remaining.
steals the damage of other heroes and adds it to his own, and that's really great
Reserve
against
time.
a hero like Viper, who doesn't have any sort of CC or anything like that to sort
Radiant team ban.
of get away. I'm sorry, when I say CC, I mean escape maneuver, like a Slark or Timber Saw. So especially if they go mid against each other, Razor is going to be able to sap plenty of strength off Viper. And the Lone Druid was
10 seconds remaining.
and the Lone Druid was taken off the game by Team YOLO. I just chuckled because
Radiant team pick.
bit of salty language going on in the chat. And AA was banned by Guidos, and they went with Jakiro. Jakiro had limited success so far in the second phase of the Giantbomb tournament. Of course, Jakiro being very popular now with Liquid Fire. Most teams almost always max out Liquid Fire first. His Ice Path also grants very good control if you're able to lay it down just right. But Jakiro's going to be great for push. And, well, 2 stuns chosen by Guidos, and we're waiting for the next pick from Team YOLO. Curious to see what they do. We might have a better idea of their strategy once they make this third pick, or not. They could surprise me. They could go with, like, oh, I don't know, Meepo. Though Meepo does have a lockdown, so that would make sense. Still a little too early to say what they plan on doing on Guidos' side. Yes, they have their right click with Viper. They have 2 forms of stuns with Jakiro and Ogre Magi, not to mention the Bloodlust and Liquid Fire. So they have the buffs to the team, they have the push for the towers, so it's a relatively balanced pick right now for them. No strength heroes, but that's not always, you know, a necessary addition for a team. Team YOLO taking their time. Once again, for those of you joining us for this best of 3 series, it is the losers finals, and both Magic is Might and Bottoms Up were disqualified from this tournament because their inability to essentially schedule a match in a reasonable fashion first between each other, and then Bottoms Up could not make a commitment for Guidos. So Guidos were put into the losers final by default to face YOLO in these losers finals.
Team pick.
YOLO, of course, put in the losers finals by Team Gaff in the winners finals that occurred 2 or 3 weeks ago. And if they win this next game, it's going to be a rematch between the 2 teams. But before that, they have at least 1 more, if not 2 games, between Guidos. And Luna is their next pick. Luna, offering a bit of stun, she has a bit of a damage aura, and she offers a little bit more vision at night.
10 seconds
not too much, but that may be handy. Of course, everyone remembers the TI $4 million branch, where I believe it was the Brewmaster on Newbie had 1 health and managed to get his ult off, this primal split in time. So with Luna, Skywrath, and Razor, Luna probably going to go for the BKB. Definitely going to be good for pushing if once she manages to get, say, a Manta with her passives. Her Eclipse is going to be very handy when it comes to ganking the occasional 1 or 2 heroes at first. And considering the low health of Ogre Magi and Jakiro, that wouldn't be the worst thing to pop against them. Guido's taking their time on this next pick, and just baseless speculation on my part. Curious who they managed to pick next. They have a bit of stun between Jakiro and Ogre Magi. They don't necessarily have a high health hero. They do have a Viper who can get tanky if you build him that way. If you go Mech and Hark, and they go with a Slark. Very interesting.
Team pick.
So maybe they're going to be doing a bit of roaming and ganking with Slark once he manages to make his level 6. Slark will probably be on the Radiant offlane by himself. I'm curious to see if that's going to be Demoli or maybe Venarlia. Venarlia, I apologize for mispronouncing your name so much, but it's a tricky name for me.
Faceless Void.
And the Faceless Void was chosen
Radiant
by the
team
YOLO,
ban.
so it looks like between Skywrath and Faceless, there may be a bit of wombo combos. Luna has a stun of her own, so it could be very hairy for these teams, especially, I imagine the Faceless will be going for the Aghanim Scepter. Aghanim Scepter on the Faceless Void will lower the cooldown on his Chronosphere, and that will be a very, very good addition to their team. So, last round of bans going out.
Reserve time.
Taking their time, Team Guidos. Only 10 seconds left of reserve time, so unless they random it, which, hey, there goes the Disruptor. Disruptor is the final ban for Team Guidos. And only 1 more left, and, well, they don't have much in terms of carries. Slark can go late game as can Viper. But if you look at the Faceless Void, Luna, and Razor, YOLO seem much more prepared for the late game
10
compared
seconds
to
remaining.
GUIDOS, especially with the massive
5
utility
seconds remaining.
that Chronosphere will offer the team, especially once it's level 3. And
Reserve
YOLO
time.
going through their reserve time for their final ban, and it's Tide Hunter.
Radiant team
And
pick.
Guidos going for one more pick. Maybe a silencer for ZZZ. Unknown right now. I'm just hoping because I love silencer. Would love to see silencer win. And they go with a Wraith King, so they get their strength
Dire
hero.
team pick.
And I suppose this will be a carry Wraith King. He does have the stun on his Q, especially if you get him a Blink Dagger. But between Ogre, Magi, and Jakiro, I imagine he will be much more carry-oriented and really help with the damage. May even pick up a Radiance on him, but Blink Dagger will probably be a pick as well. And Witch Doctor is the last pick, so no strength heroes for Team YOLO. And Witch Doctor with his cask, there goes more stun on their side. So looks like they're going to do a slight variation of the Wombo combo you saw in Game 1 in this Losers Finals, but this is it. So folks, I'll see you on the other side to introduce the teams. Once again, this is the Losers Finals, Game 2, between Team YOLO and Team Guidos. I'll introduce the teams once we get to the match.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. This is Game 2 of the Giantbomb Community Tournament's Losers
Prepare
Finals.
for battle.
If Team YOLO, over on the Dire side, win this match, they get their rematch against Team Gaff in the grand finals of this tournament. However, they have to get through Team Guidos, who put on an incredible display in Game 1. So let's just introduce the teams real quick right now. On the Dire side, we have Team YOLO, Steve Winwood, who was on, I believe, the AA in the first match, who will be on the Luna. Joining him appears to be Madhu on the Skywrath Mage once again, and Nemesis Q, former Viper fame in Game 1, will be on the Witch Doctor. Gaz will be going mid, it seems, with the Razor. And down on the off lane, Six Ghost will be on the Faceless Void. Over on the Radiant side, we have Old King Cole, who was the Juggernaut in
30
Game 1.
seconds to
He will be
battle.
on the Jakiro. We will have Damali on the carry Wraith King. We will have Venarlia as Slark in the mid lane. And then I believe we will have Effenrod. And it looks like ZZZ, they might be going in the off lane together. However, it remains to be seen. ZZZ just hanging out waiting for the rune, and guess there was a call for level 1 Roche, but it was not to be.
The
I don't
battle
believe.
begins.
Yep, no items indicate Roche, and great bounty rune pickup by Viper.
Shame on you.
So it looks like we're gonna be having a dual lane on the Radiant side. It's gonna be Effenrod and Viper on top, and then Old King Cole on Jakiro will be defending Damali, and Damali picking up a double damage rune, so that's going to be great for him. And right now it's Gaz versus Slark, and this is actually going to be a difficult match for Slark. Slark, of course, will be able to be zoned out from both the Q of Gaz, and it looks like Madhu is just hanging out doing a little bit of harassment. And it's going to be a tricky engagement right now for Slark, because again, range versus melee in mid, he's not level 6 yet. He will not be able to pop his ult, so it'll be an interesting engagement. And a little bit of harassment coming from Guidos.
Oh,
ZZZ, the captain of Guidos, on the Viper. And, well, looks like Madhu is joining in, so that we're going to have a safe lane tri-lane after all. And a lot of pings going out from Madhu. I don't know if that's a call for help or a heads up of sorts, but GZZ not quite able to get that last hit on that creep, but he does manage to get that one, and a little bit more hits towards Steve Winwood. Steve Winwood, let's see what he grabbed first. So he went with the stun first. He went with the Lucent Beam. So that just shows that they're going to plan on going for a couple of kills early game. Moving over to the top, we see we have Six Ghost, he's going to be taking a bit of damage from the Jakiro. And does he have the Ice Path yet? No, he did go with the Liquid Fire level 1. But he needs to be a little careful. He'll be taking a bit of damage, and Wraith King, he's going to do what he needs to do. Wraith King, if he's going carry, he needs to farm. And a little bit of interesting plays. Definitely space is an issue here in this dire jungle. A ward was just dropped. Curious if either Nemesis or Madu caught it. But it looks like the supports on this tri lane are doing what they need to do, and that is give Steve Winwood the space he needs to get the last hits. Just judging by the fact that ZZZ is chasing down Madu, and that opportunity cost is really going to hurt him, and quite a bit of damage. I don't think it'll be enough to kill, but the tri lane goes out. They might actually get Effenrod. Salvage just popped, but it was just cancelled. Cask went out. Effenrod is going to go down. Will he be able to take the hits? Stun goes out. Will he be able to survive? Looks like he will, but is ZZZ going to make it? He's one hit away. The stun misses, and he's caught in the tower, and ZZZ managed to take down Steve Winwood for first blood. Wow. Overcommitted just too much on the match, and Six Ghost is in trouble himself. Looks like King Cole, he went with, what was that? He went with the dual breath, and Six Ghost, he'll be able to survive. But first blood goes to ZZZ. Steve Winwood overcommitted, got caught in the tower, stunned from the Ogre Magi, and first blood goes to Guidos. And, well, it's not the best start, but Guidos will take it at this point. I imagine they may be on nerves, because if they lose this match, they are out of the tournament and get third place. And right now, top lane being pushed relatively hard by Team YOLO. This ward is here. It'll be doing pretty good vision. Pretty much everything up to the tower is caught, so there won't be any surprises coming from around here. And looks like a ping went down mid. It looks like Venali was taking quite a bit of damage. Thank you, Hylian. But Gaz actually is taking quite a bit of damage himself, but he does have a bottle, so he will be okay for the most part. In fact, both teams have their bottles. And Damali looks like he was trying to do a bit of damage to Six Ghosts. But so far so good. It looks like Venali, ooh, he almost had that. If the creeps were not switching to him, he might have been able to take down Gaz right there. And looks like it might be a little bit of damage going out. Well, that's just from the creeps over on the top. So far this dual lane doing okay. I believe last hits, yep, last hits. Right now definitely in favor of Damali on this bottom lane. Six Ghost only has a creep score of 10. And, well, let's see if he's got 2 in Time Walk. And there's already 3 stun for Six Ghosts, so they really want to take him down. Venarlia, double damage room popped, but he just took a ton of damage, so he's definitely going to want to back off. But he goes for the jump, he nabbed him, sapping the strength, he backs off. Gas is just out of range of the tower, so he's unable to capitalize on that, and 28 damage was stolen, probably a smart play. And Effenrod, he's going to be going down. There's too much stun on this team. Oh, he might be able to. Is he going to go for an Ancient Deny? He tried, but Witch Doctor managed that last kill, and I missed the kill from Venarlia. That double damage rune paying off in droves as he's managed to take down Gaz. So, carry for support, I'd say that's a fair trade. Gold going in favor of Venarlia. And it looks like this rotation will continue, so Madu and Steve are going to be hanging out here on mid for a while, presumably until Gas gets back. No, it looks like there's going to be a rotation completely. Gas has switched to the bottom lane. And it looks like, where exactly? Ooh, Venarlia, he's going to be taking down Madu, and Madu just got caught, was nabbed by Slark, and that's 2 kills in a row for Slark. I wonder if they tried to go in for the stun. Yes, the Lucent Beam was called, but unfortunately Slark managed to survive, so I guess stolen just enough agility. And Six Ghost has rotated to the safe lane, and right now ZZZ doing the harassment he can. And he needs to back off because that's a little too much of a commitment right there. And there are creeps to be creeps to be farming. Oh, and the regen rune. Venarlia manages to pick up a regen rune, and that is exactly what he needs to keep putting on the hurt in this lane. And he is fully online right now. So we have a complete rotation, it seems, from YOLO. They recognize the original layout was not working, so they've gone to a dual lane themselves. It's now Gaz and the Witch Doctor going on the bottom lane. Steve Winwood and Madu are going to be trying to take on the Slark, and it looks like Six Ghost is going to be soloing the safe lane on his own right now. We already see over on the minimap he's hiding over in the trees, and now he's right by the tower. I'm just staying on Venalia right here, just because this is where the action is right now. And Venalia, 2-4. He has 4 in leap. He has 1 in his agility steal, and not quite halfway to level 6. A little bit more if you count in XP on Madu. And here comes defense right now. Effenrod has just rotated bottom, and level 6 on Damali, so he can take 1 hit. However, the cooldown at level 1 and 2 on the Wraith King is not the greatest. So, one death is still pretty costly at this point. And Cass goes out, but there's no follow-up. Damali is in trouble. He tried to go for a stun, but he is taking way too much damage. That is going to be going down just for a couple of seconds. Is he still managing to save alive? Wow! I just noticed that was very smart play by Gaz. He recognized that Damali was about to go down, so instead he did his static link on the Ogre Magi, install all of his strength instead. Meanwhile, we see that Steve Winwood, taking a lot of damage against the Slark, had to back off, and he ran back to the fountain. So Ogre Magi went down, and in comes Jakiro. Damali, of course, he popped his cooldown, so that'll be gone for a lot of time, 220 seconds. And it looks like mid is currently being launched by, well, just a ward, basically. All YOLO have right now. Okay, here comes Steve Winwood.
Invisibility!
Madu went in and grabbed, and there's an engagement. Slark managed to catch Gaz, and then goes the ult, but that damage is still being stolen. 42, and he'll back off. And Nemesis is in trouble himself. He gets snapped, and he is having his agility stolen as well. The cast goes out, but there's not enough people. The ice path misses. Nemesis tries to go in for a deny, but Venalia manages to get it. He manages a killing spree as well, and a ping goes out. They want Gaz. Will they be able to get him? Is Damali stunned up? Yes, it is. He doesn't have a way of reaching him. And it looks like Hand of Midas was just picked up on Damali, so he'll be picking that up and trying to accelerate his farm. Oh, I missed the recap. I apologize. I apologize so much. But the Witch Doctor goes down, and he is back up, and a defense is being called down. The Witch Doctor will be joining. Though I think it's still a little premature to push, but Madu, is he going to be hanging out? Yep, he's still hanging out. Meanwhile, top, it looks like Six Ghost is not having the best match. Going back the last hits, he is second from, he is the, not where he needs to be as a Faceless Void as a carry. He only has his creep score of 14. Meanwhile, ZZZ and Damali are well ahead with both 53. Ha! They both have a creep score of 53. So they are where they need to be right now, especially with the Midas on Damali.
Dire's top tower
And right now, it's 2 versus 1 right now. This Observer Ward will be able to spot out most of the rotational movement that goes in. And another engagement. Chronosphere on Damali. Thank you, Hylian. And Damali goes down. He still had a bunch of time left. 2 minutes on his ultimate. So he went down, and that is not what you needed. So 530 gold and 789 XP for Team YOLO. And it looks like they're going to be trading towers. If a glyph goes off in time, Old King Cole should back off for now. And no, it doesn't get popped.
Radiant's bottom tower has
But
fallen.
cooldown has just been reset. The 3 heroes of the Dire side are now rotating away. It looks like Witch Doctor's going to hang out for a little bit. In fact, he threw a cast probably to protect the retreat of Gaz. And Gaz will be able to claim a bounty rune all by himself. And Steve Winwood is back to farming. Just completed his power treads, as did Six Ghost. And now another rotation for Team YOLO. They are desperately trying to figure this out. Gaz has been stunned by the Wraith King, and damage stealing is going out. Will they be able to take him down? The reinforcements come. There goes the Death Ward, and it is tearing Damali apart, and he's been stunned, and he goes down! Nemesis Q with a great Death Ward, followed by a stun. And in come the reinforcements, and they're not going to be able to catch Six Ghosts. The cooldown on his time walk should get him out of there. And Gaz more or less heals up with all his charges left on his bottle. That is exactly what YOLO needed to get back in control of this match. That 1 kill gave them 850 experience and a lot of gold at this stage in the game for both Faceless Void and the Witch Doctor. And in comes Six Ghosts. He's going to try and time walk. He tried to time walk in. Is the cooldown on the Chronosphere ready? No. But they are going to take a few hits. Is Renarly just going to back off? He does have his ult ready. So if need be, he can get out of there. But this ward, again, this ward doing a great job of spotting out any potential defenses. Because, oh, and here comes Gaz from behind. They want to take out Venalia. Venalia pops his ult, and he is going after Nemesis. Nemesis taking a bunch of hits. He's healing up a lot. But down goes Gaz. He was just taking down too much. Eclipse gets cast by Steve Winwood. Slark is now down, and that is a nice little small bounty for them. So it's 1 for 1 right now. Both both carry characters taken down, though Guido's getting the more gold in the end, 618 experience points. And oops, yep, that's the same one. And they might wail on this tower a little bit, but I imagine they're not going to do too much. And yeah, still, creep score advantage is still in favor of Guidos. However, over up here, Skywrath Mage is getting his chance to farm. Skywrath Mage, of course, you want him getting Aghanim Scepter to really help with his ultimate, and he's taking full advantage of the free farm right now. As is Six Ghost right now, his mobility is really helping him jump in and assist on fights, and his Chronosphere is off cooldown, so he's going to be doing a great job jumping in if need be to defend this tower. But it's not necessary. Jakira's Liquid Fire, only level 3 at this point. Able to damage the tower, but it's going to stay up. Cass goes out, and it's going to be jumping between the creeps. If they're not capable to hit ZZZ again, ZZZ taking a lot of damage from those creeps. And he is overcommitting. The Static Link goes out, and now he's going to be stunned, but Gaz gets stunned himself twice in a row, so ZZZ is going to be able to survive that. Once again, this ward showing that those two heroes are there ready and waiting. So, YOLO knew not to overcommit. And in fact, that healing aura from the Witch Doctor paying off very, very well so far. And Skywrath Mage was initially over at the top lane, and now he's down at the mid. He managed to grab the lane, and in comes mid. Gaz is going in. He's going to be taking a lot of damage, but the Death Ward goes out. Is there enough damage to take him out? Witch Doctor goes down, as does ZZZ. ZZZ caught by the ultimate, and Nessus Q manages to take him down. Nessus Q also goes down, and as does Madhu. That's a triple kill on Team YOLO. And when's the leap going to be ready? Is the leap off cooldown? Yes, it is, and an ultra kill! Dominating streak by Venalia, and that is great. That double damage rune doing a ton of damage, and that, whew, that was a great, great play by Guidos. Over the recap, 1,400 gold, 1,457 went to about 60 went to the Wraith King, and 3,000 XP. That's easily a tower, and in comes a defense by ZZC over on bottom, and they ping out. They know he's here, and they want to see if they can take him out. Oh, that ping came from the Razor, but that ward definitely caught them, so Six Ghost knows he needs to get out of there. Power Treads completed on the Wraith King, and, well, let's just take a quick look at the gold charts. Radiant doing very well so far. That team fight definitely helped them, and XP just swung in their favor, and in comes another gank on Nemesis Q. Thank you, Hylian, apologies, and Venalia gets a mega kill streak. He needs to be careful at this point, because now there is a bounty on his head. If he goes down, he's going to provide the enemy team a lot of health, a lot of gold, and a lot of experience points. Six Ghost, with the invisibility rune, he'll be able to run right past Venalia, though it would be quite amazing if Venalia's just random leap caught him. I might have seen that in a best of vid 1 or 2 times, and it's always great when it happens. And looks like a Shadow Blade. Yep, Shadow Blade was just completed. How long does Six Ghost have? He still has 10 seconds or so. He gets caught in a Chronosphere, and then wow! And there it goes. 480 gold. Effenrod and Venalia caught in the Chronosphere, and it's a double kill. Razor and Skywrath Mage managed to take down the 2 carries, and that's 1,400 gold and 2,000 XP. So XP is now firmly back in favor of Team YOLO as they pop the glyph, and they are going to try and trade for towers at this point. And gold has just become a lot more reasonable for Team YOLO as they go through this match. And right now, Six Ghost has his ult, Skywrath has his ult, so they're ready to start doing a bunch of damage with their ganks. That invisibility rune just showed how important Skywrath Mage is for this team. And Gaz is going to try and defend this tower a little bit. Ping goes out for Effenrod. It looks like they might want to be going for Steve Winwood. Steve Winwood not doing too much on his own. There goes a hit, there goes a pounce. 2 hits, he's already popped the Eclipse, but he goes down! Venalia just doing an insane amount of damage. And I think that makes up for most of the gold that he lost. Yes, 480, sorry, that was a little quick. And 840 XP split evenly between the Ogre Magi and the Slark. So, Guidos, they lost the 2 members that just died from that Chronosphere from the Faceless Void immediately managed to recover by taking out Steve Winwood, and a ping goes out. They spotted him thanks to this ward, and if they're not careful, they're calling for some interesting movement, and a ward gets placed right here by the Ogre Magi. I wonder if Six Ghost caught it, and he managed to finish his Mask of Madness. And in comes the defense. Nemesis Q and Skywrath are managing to do their rotation. Double damage rune was just activated by the Razor, so they might be getting ready to defend this one. As the ping goes out, they know that Slark is there. Will they try and chase it? And Ogre Magi needs to be careful. And if anyone was watching, they should have obviously noted that a ward has been placed here. Why would a hero run in that towards the stairs and immediately run away? Yep. There goes the circle, so they knew that a ward has been placed there. Gaz, with the double damage rune, it just went away, but he's taking a ton of damage. Off goes the ult, and a kill! Ogre Magi claims the kill, and Boosted Travel have just been completed thanks to that on the Viper, and this is exactly what Guidos need right now. They need to go in for quick kills for people that are just too far from support. 410 XP split across all the 3 heroes involved in the fight. Ogre Magi getting most of the kill, most of the gold from that kill, and a ping goes out. Looks like it was by Slark, so even they recognize that a excuse me, a ward is somewhere, and Skywrath Mage has picked up yep, I see it, Hylian. Skywrath Mage has picked up Steve Winwood, taking a bunch of hits, and he goes down immediately. Steve Winwood, only level 9 at this point, and he just melted. But he needs to be careful right now because Six Ghost is right here, and his Chronosphere is ready. And with Nemesis nearby, they are able to take him out no problem. And there goes another.
Dire's middle tower
Looks like they saw it. Yep. Here comes the Chronosphere. Stun on Six Ghosts. Really slow down at the damage, but the Death Ward comes out. There goes Renarle, but he managed to pop his ult in time. And he leaped out into safety. Slark ran in. ZZZ just taking a bunch of damage, but he doesn't care. He is now going to take out Nemesis. Meanwhile, Six Ghosts, he is in a lot of trouble, but he manages to time walk out. A TP comes in, and ZZZ, caught by Gaz, and the static link plus the hits managed to take him out. So obviously, not the best trade for these two, for Guidos. They lose Viper, who did some great defense of Slark, but 500 gold, 1,000 XP going in favor of YOLO. They walked out ahead of that. Six Ghost manages to escape. Slark misses the pounce, so he's immediately going to want to back off. In comes a TP from, it looks like Six Ghost. Six Ghost comes in, he does the time walk, and he popped Mask of Madness, and there goes a lot of gold.
The ravages of time.
And great combination play between the two heroes. 700 gold going the way of YOLO, and that's what they need to start countering this counter. And he's doing really well right now. Slark, he's going to be out for 35 seconds, and that's a lot of farm to get. Time walking out. Aghanim Scepter just completed on the Razor, and Yule Scepter just finished on the Jakiro. So Jakiro going to be able to offer a lot of counter control when a Chronosphere goes down on the field. If it's not too obvious at this point, YOLO are going for a very specific strategy right now. They want to catch as many heroes as they can in a Chronosphere and follow that up with a combination of Skywrath's ult, and Witch Doctor's ult, the Death Ward, both of which will do a lot of damage to any of those heroes caught in that Chronosphere. Meanwhile, you have Faceless Void himself wailing on whoever gets in. So Guidos need to be very conscious of their positioning, especially because you can imagine that the Faceless Void will be hanging out off to the side of engagements and trying to find the right opportunity to engage. And Skywrath Mage, with that Gem of True Sight, just going out and clearing the wards, and if anyone's doing an item check, they should know that Skywrath has the Gem of True Sight. A pause goes out. Looks like there might be, well, it's uncertain if there's a crash or some connection issues right now, but so far this match, just as exciting as the first game in this losers finals. Right now the Radiant still has a slight XP advantage. I imagine 1 or 2 team fights or ganks of 2 or 3 people, and that XP will swing back in YOLO's favor. And gold still pretty firmly in Radiant, though it is worth noting that they have all 3 tier 1 towers down. Meanwhile, there are only 2 tier 1 towers down on Radiant, and the pause is back and the game is back on. So right now we see the minute is up for the rune, and Six Ghosts is going to pick that up. That'll be really handy if they'll be able to pick it up in time. All offensive wards have been taken down, so they have no... Guidos has no vision. In goes a Chronosphere, and they're going to go for Effenrod. He popped the Massive Madness. Effenrod should be able to survive this, but the mech goes out, and he has been stunned. Six Ghosts is not going to survive. He got a little too greedy with that play. Didn't realize Slark was nearby, so it's an Ogre Magi. Meanwhile, what happened to Wraith King? He got ganked as well. He's going to be running away. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger, so he won't be able to escape, though I don't know if he will be running the Blink Dagger. He did manage to get it. Only level 2 on his ultimate, so that's Faceless Void for an Ogre Magi. And hey, Valve, it's a bug. Maybe to load now. Nope. Still a bug. And a Sanjin Yasha was just completed by the Viper. I wonder if they're going to try and end this game relatively early with that Sanjin Yasha play. But Slark is just hanging out over in the corner. He has his Shadow Blade. It's ready on cooldown. Might just be waiting in case someone tries to go for Damali. And a Radiance was just completed on the Wraith game. So that is going to be very, very good for them as they go into this fight. This will help with Damali's farm. And he'll be able to do a lot of damage and put on a lot of pressure during the team fights. Especially considering the burst nature of Slark and Ogre Magi. So that's going to be a huge help for them. Boots of Tranquility also completed on the Jakiro, who also has his Buell Scepter, and Smoke goes out, wondering who they're going to try and catch, maybe the Wraith King. And right now, Steve Winwood just hit level 11 not too long ago. In fact, he's close to level 12. And I don't know how to interpret that drawing path. Maybe he wants 2 teams going somewhere, but they seem to be congregating towards the lane itself. And they might want to be careful. This lane, this Smoke should last close enough.
Dire's bottom tower.
And I'm trying to get it. Six Ghost is over on the top lane, so he won't be there. And and the Sentry Ward was just popped. Silence on Damali, and he's gonna be taking a bunch of damage. Isopath catches 3 of them. Gaz is coming in from behind, and down goes Steve Winwood, followed by Nemesis Q. Gaz needs to get out of there if he's not careful. Damali was taken down though, so it will be a carry for 2 carries, and Gaz locked down by the Yules, followed by the Ice Path, but they don't have the damage to follow it up, and they're gonna want to get out of there. Old King Cole and Effenrod, and wasted opportunity. Gaz manages to escape. Slark, unfortunately. Well, Slark might be trying to flank right now. And they manage to stun him, and Gaz is in trouble. Ice Path, and then the leap pounced by Slark. Viper gets the kill, so that gold goes his way. And that is another excellent engagement from Guidos. Really not giving up so far in this fight. 3,700 XP going their way, as well as 1,100 gold. And a net loss for Team YOLO, and they don't need that right now. And Six Ghost doing what he can, still getting his farm up. And it looks like he might be working towards either the BKB. I don't think Slark or Faceless Void goes for. Yep, there it is, the Maelstrom. I was about to say he doesn't really go for Desolators. Cask goes out, and it's a good cask. It's catching the heroes a bunch, and that was a great cast by Nemesis Q. That was able to slow down enough damage from the Jakiro and GZZ. To do damage to the tower, and I don't think, yep. Chronosphere is ready, but it's not being cast. GZZ has been locked, but then he manages to get down, and there goes a Chronosphere. He manages to catch both. That's going to be it, but Slark is ready and waiting, and they do the Nemesis Sphere. Nemesis Sphere. Nemesis Q is taken out by the Slark, but Slark's in trouble. He is not doing well, and he manages to take down Nemesis Q, but that was not worth it. That is 3 kills, double kill. And Effenrod needs to get out of there as fast as he can. Fight recap. And just like that, the advantage that Team Guidos had for this entire match, or for this last engagement, just evened out with the 2,000 gold gain by YOLO, 700 loss, and nearly 5,000 experience points going in favor of Team YOLO. And I imagine this graph will map out a little bit lower in a couple of seconds. But it looks like they're coming online right now. Six Ghost and Team YOLO are doing fairly well. Six Ghost manages to time walk out. Madu is going to be TPing top. And it looks like there's going to be an engagement between Damali and Steve Winwood. Steve Winwood, he might go down if the stun goes out. And yes, Damali managed to go down. Manages to take down Steve Winwood on the Luna. And he TPs out of there. And it looks like there's going to be another TP bottom with Viper. He'll be getting more farm. Viper, let's take a quick look at his items. He's got his mech. He's got his Sanjin Yasha. And Slark just completed his basher, so apologies for missing that recap, but Slark is back on the field. Curious if he's going to go for his Scotty yet, or if he wants to go for something else. But an arrow is just drawn by Madu. Looks like they're anticipating some sort of movement over there, however, most of the team is here. They have bundled up, and I'm just checking real quick to see if someone has a smoke. They don't, but Damali just getting his farm on. And is there going to be movement towards Roche? Doesn't look like it, but it's worth noting that this ward caught all of that movement over there, so even if they tried to do something like a smoke gank, it would have been caught by Team YOLO. And the ping goes out here, not quite sure why, but there is a bit of movement going on right now. over on the Dire side. Looks like they're just trying to organize themselves. Not quite sure for what. And a Maelstrom was just completed. Mjolnir, apologies, was just completed on Faceless Void. And the Blink Dagger has now been finished on the Wraith King, so now he has the mobility he needs right now. And it looks like there's going to be another congregation. An Ancient Stack is created. There's 2 right now. Looks like there's going to be an engagement here. Damali caught out by Six Ghosts. He's going to be going down. His ult is ready. Will there be enough? Will they be able to reach him in time? I don't think so. Slug could leap, but then he won't have it on cooldown, so Damali goes down. And he's taken down on his own. However, and Six Ghosts did not use his Chronosphere, and that's a free kill. 1,000 gold, almost 1,000 gold. 490 of which going to the Razor, and 2,000 XP. So this game is starting to shift in YOLO's favor. If you look at the XP charts, it'll be around here in a couple of seconds. And gold, I imagine, is also starting to level down as well. Yeah, you can see they haven't really been able to keep their momentum they've gotten. You see there's a bunch of rises and lowers. So YOLO are clawing their way back into this match. Over top, Jakiro's going to try and get a bit of free farm while he can, but there's been a pause by Madhu on the Skywrath Mage. It looks like Six Ghost is lagging. Possibility that he might reconnect. I'm not quite sure what he means by HR, unless he means he, which is probably what he meant as I look at my keyboard. So Six Ghost will be reconnecting in a couple of seconds, so let's just take a quick look at everyone's items since I just checked the charts. We have GZZ, still hasn't updated anything, gotten anything since he got the Sanjin Yasha. Curious what he might be going for next. Six Ghost is back. Oh, I didn't even have time to break down the items, but it looks like the game will be on soon. But just trying to do a quick survey. Ghost Scepter has been completed on Madhu, so that's going to be critical for when they need to do their Wombo combo with the Skywrath ults. Sanjin Yasha is ready, and Razor has just picked up a smoke. And I'm wondering if it's on his person right now. No, not yet, but it looks like he might be going for, with that plate mail, the AC. And let's just hide this item for now as we go back. There's going to be more positioning right now. Six Ghost is going to push this bottom a little bit. Shadow Blade just cast by Slark. He's just going to hang out, but he should be extremely careful because Six Ghost is not alone. And a couple of pings going out left and right, and Steve Winwood trying to get his farm on. He's getting close to recovering. He might be relatively close to the ultimate orb that I believe is required for the Manta style. And there goes the smoke from Gavs, and it got popped on Slark. Slark is silenced, and now there goes the Chronosphere, and Slark is going to go down.
Swim for it.
Very, very good kill by YOLO, and that's frankly who you want to kill at this phase in the game. 400 gold, 500 gold basically, lost on the Slark. A retaliatory smoke from the Viper, and 1500 XP alone going to the 3 members participating in that gank. And they're going to push bottom a little bit more at this point, though I imagine they will be backing off relatively soon. Don't want to get caught too out of position or overcommit too much. Yes, Slark is out for about 30 more seconds, but they still have the Ice Pack. And Damali is back up, and they're going to be backing off and going mid. It looks like Damali doing a little bit of damage. Was caught by Steve Winwood, so Steve Winwood going to try and stun him. He does, and Damali needs to get out of there. His blink has 3 more seconds, but I think they'll be able to reach him. Yep, he's not going to be able to get out. And his ultimate is ready, and there is not going to be enough help. Meanwhile, down here, it looks like Viper's going to try. ZZZ said, hey, can I help you? And looks like he can't. And
Dire's middle tower
see if Damali can get out of here. He does another stun. That Radiance is really giving away his position. He's going to try and juke it in the trees. He does have a TP scroll. We'll see if he'll be able to get out of here. His Blink Dagger is ready in 1 second. Just blink, and he does! And they know he's there. Can they get him in time? Oh, he's safe, and he made it. Very good juking, Damali. Very close match. And that was a lot of opportunity cost that they lost, and no deaths. Well, they did manage to use his ult, but what is Slark going in? He wanted to take Six Ghost down. Mjolnir cast, and there goes Six Ghost. Cax goes down. Death Ward is down, and it's doing quite a bit of damage to Slark. He'll be able to get out. Gaz goes down himself, but now Steve Winwood is here to help. But now Ogre Magi is here to help. Where is Slark to finish us up? He goes in with the... Oh, he misses the pounce! Steve Winwood will be able to escape, and now with the silence, Vinarlian needs to get out of there. Does he still have the Gem of True Sight? Madhu does, and it's on the floor, and it's being pinged out. And it looks like, who got it? Cannot tell. I guess it was picked up by the Viper. Gem of True Sight on the Viper, and that was a very great engagement. 1,600 gold. That's almost a 2,900 gold swing going the favor of Guidos. They are fighting for their lives right now. 5,000 experience gained from that
Dire's
across
top
the team.
tower is
And
under
that
attack.
may very well be a tower at this point. And Aghanim Scepter was just completed on the Viper. And yes, it looks like Viper did manage to get the Gem of True Sight.
Dire's
And there goes the
top
tier 2 top
has
tower.
fallen.
Now, curious, they don't need to push this tier 3 tower, but they may want to do a little bit of damage towards it. Definitely get some liquid fire on it, do a little bit of harassment.
Dire's top
But
tower
they
is
should
under
not
attack.
keep fighting this. I mean, it's still a very close match. And Yule's Scepter was just completed on Demol. And he does not have any of his damage stolen, interestingly. But here we have Slark just ready and waiting. And he will pounce, and there will be a tactical retreat from Team Guidos. And this creep under control. Oh, there's going to be another engagement here if they're not careful. Damali, is it going to be Void Sphere or Chronosphere? His ult got popped, and now he's been stunned. There's not much Damali can do, but he's going to cast it anyway. And Damali goes down very quickly. However, that Ice Path did manage to capture 3 heroes on the Dire side. And Effenrod's going to be going down as well. He tried to TP, but honestly it was a waste of TP. Let's see if they try and go for 6 ghosts. He is taking a lot of damage, and Venarlia manages to take him down. Eclipse goes down, and the Death Ward. Slark, you need to get out of there, buddy. And he does just that. Here comes Viper. Viper manages from behind to take down the... I think that was the Witch Doctor. Yeah, the Witch Doctor just went down, and Slark is now back to go. And is there going to be a pounce? Who are they going to go for? They should go for Madhu. Steve Winwood is caught, and they're just waiting. And GZZ was taken down, takes a bunch of damage. Steve Winwood goes down, and there goes 2 down, 4 for 3 at this point. And Madhu, he does not have the mana to support. And there, he just got out of range of the Viper's
Dire's
ult.
middle tower
The animation
is under
play, but
attack.
unfortunately it was not enough time to catch. But wait, Steve is diving. ZZZ is diving for it. He manages to catch the ult, and he forces a buyback. Boots of travel. Will he be able to get out of there? He does. Chronosphere not ready yet. 20 seconds left on the cooldown, so would have been hope of right-click stun. And
Dire's middle tower is under
very
attack.
interesting choice on the Viper. He picks up the Heaven's Halberd. He'll be able to disable 6 Ghost during the Chronosphere. That, of course, implies if he doesn't get caught himself, but it also offers a nice amount of dodge. So he's going to be harder to hit, and if he's in the right position, he'll actually also be able to disable at least one right-click carry. And Damali just farming it up. He's still level 17, but only for a couple of more seconds. He did just die recently, and Slark, 2 bounty runes in a row. Oh, I'm sorry, he picked up the bounty rune and then activated it immediately. Ping goes out for here, and it looks like they're going to try and take down this Dark Troll. It is being seen by the... Well, it was seen by the Dire side, and Witch Doctor, his Ags is now online, and his ult will be doing a nice amount of damage to the groups. Of course, Witch Doctor's Aghanim Scepter ult will then have the Death Ward magical effects, hit every other member of the team as well. Gaz has been stunned, or Viper ulted. He has been stunned. Gaz goes down. Viper is in trouble. There goes the Death Ward ult, and there you go. It's chaining through. Chronosphere goes out, but it looks like... Oh, a buyback immediately from the Razor, and GZZ, he manages to survive, but it did cost the Ogre Magi. Venalia tried to do something, and I don't know what it was. And Ice Path, a very good zoning Ice Path, unfortunately didn't catch anyone, and Damali is being catched as well, and I don't think they'll be able to help him. The cast goes out, Damali taking a bunch of damage, he just does not have the armor right now. And are they going to go for the Chronosphere? Chronosphere is off cooldown, there goes Damali, and 6 Ghost goes down, and Old King Cole, he's going to go down himself. Oh, maybe he won't. I mean... How much longer on the cooldown? He is out of mana, but there goes the Yules, and he goes down. So they've managed to force a buyback, and ZZZ is not safe yet. And double damage rune was pinged, and ZZZ, he might be able to survive that. So that's 2 for 3. Slark did manage to survive, and both teams coming out with a ton of gold and a ton of XP, especially 6,600 for YOLO, but also almost 6,000 for Guidos. On top of that, Viper and Slark did not die. They did lose to Molly. He was a little bit late. But this game, it's so close right now. XP very in favor of the Radiant side. And gold is 12,000, but, well, I've just been contradicted by the stats. This game seems to be in favor of Guidos. However, it just feels that, like, one misplay from either team could completely change this game. And Effenrod just going to try and get a little bit of farm while he can. He did die from that previous engagement down by the tier 2 tower. And I suppose if you take that into consideration, Slark is in trouble. He has been caught by the rune, and he has a DD. Steve Widward popping his Manta. Gonna try and bait a leap, maybe. Nothing yet. And he's just gonna back off for now. He might even pick up the bounty rune. And he does. So, looks like they're anticipating a defense. Nope, they're gonna go for a smoke. Of course, YOLO do have solid ganking potential, just like Team Guidos. Both teams very good in terms of the ganks. However, Damali has not been. This has not been Damali's best match. He has been sort of late to engagements, but his stun did help significantly during that last fight. And Slark needs to be careful. He pops the smoke. He's caught out of position. He has been stunned, chronosphered, and he goes down. That is 80 seconds without a Slark. And it looks like he is. That really hurt his butterfly. He has the talisman, he has the eagle song, but he just doesn't have. He just doesn't have the recipe at this point. Meanwhile, over on the bottom, Cask on ZZZ, he's been hurt. A lot of gold. I believe that was 1300 if memory served right from that Slark kill, and they're chasing him down. Molly, he's caught out of position again. Out goes the ult. Disabled on 6 Ghosts. Can they do enough damage to take him out? He's getting healed right now. ZZZ, it looks like he's backing off completely. No, he's just trying to find a better position. And Damali goes down, unable to find the right spot. It's Gaz taking a little bit of damage, and they just can't make up their mind. They don't know who they want to hit. Do they want to hit Madhu? Do they want to take down Gaz? And it looks like they're going to try and rally around Gaz. Gaz goes down. Stun on Nemesis Q. They have the right click to follow up. He's been Yuled, so he's going to be going down, especially if they can get an Ice Path. And the cast goes out, and that is a good task. But unfortunately, ZZZ saw another Yule to slow him down, an Ice Path, and that's going to be it for the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor goes down, so it's 2 for 2. Unfortunately, it's 2 supports. Meanwhile, I think a ping went out, and yep, Hylian's following him. 6 Ghost just says, no thanks, I'm going to run around now. He almost has his Aghanims. He's about 1400 gold away, but they did see it. And it looks like Viper is moving in to try and find 6 Ghosts. His Chronosphere is off cooldown right now. He has jumped in, and if an ult goes out, Slark is ready and waiting. There goes the pounce, there goes the ult, and there goes the stun, and there goes 6 Ghosts, 371 gold. Excellent gank, just what Guidos need after that really, really intense team fight. 500 gold, most of it going Slark's way, 1000 XP for that kill on 6 Ghosts. And once again, Guidos just edging the game back in their control. And YOLO, they're doing a very good job of making Guidos earn this match so far. Maelstrom was just completed on the Witch Doctor, so he might be going towards Mjolnir next. And a ping goes out for Venarlia. They see him. It was probably the observer ward caught him as he stealthed up, so they need to know that he's ready and waiting. And it looks like they're going to be pushing for high ground. ZZZ, he doesn't have full health, and he just finished his Manta style. Might want to go for a heart next and just further increase his tankiness. Butterfly was just assembled. Nope, he has it. And there goes the stun. Damali just hanging out, laying down the stun, trying to zone them out as they take down this tower. Is his res ready? His res is ready. So they managed to take down the tier 3 tower. And Damali's going to go down. Everyone's been slowed down, and here goes the counter initiate. Eclipse was cast. It's not doing that much damage. Ronaldo goes in. He takes down the Luna. Damali is dead, but so is Nemesis Q. Nemesis Q taken down by the Skywrath ult, and now Gaz has been Yuled, and now he's in Zun. Can they get an Ice Path? No. And ZZZ, he's gonna go for the kill. A lot of his damage was taken, and a Chronosphere went out, and they managed to take down Effenrod, and Old King Cole's gonna go down next if he's not careful. Can he Yules? He manages to Yules, and stuns 6 Ghosts, and Benalia just putting on the pain, but he goes down as well. Skywrath ult makes this a very Pyrrhic victory for Guidos. That was nuts. That was crazy. 8,000 XP for the Guidos side and 8,000 as well. Wow, both teams gaining gold. 4 down on YOLO and then 3 for Guidos. However, they did lose the Slark. They did lose the Wraith King, but ZZZ is there. And the first lane of Rax has been taken, and they're going to back off for now. They might want to go for Roshan. And it looks like... Nope, nothing was being sold there. And they might be rotating for Roshan. It's uncertain yet. Nope. TP down towards the bot lane. They're going to leave Roshan alone. But that's going to be a huge help for Team Guidos. Not only do the creeps get stronger in this lane, but now they're going to be worth less gold as well. So that's going to really hurt the farming potential of this team. Just going over to the net worth real quick. 21,022 now for the Viper, as well as 16,000 for the Slark. Slark making a nuisance of himself as well. And he's got his butterfly done. He might want to work for the Scotty next, though arguably he may not need it with the rate this match is going. We are now at the 40-minute mark. And if you look at the 3 carries on Team YOLO, none of them are better than the Wraith King, and only Jakiro's only 2,000 gold behind. And another gem of True Sight has been picked up by the Skywrath Mage. They already lost the other one. A little damage going on Damali, but that's just for the creep stat. Shiva's Guard has been completed on the Viper. And it looks like that's going to be his 6th, possibly final item. Shiva's will be really good to slow down the enemy team, as well as give him a little bit of armor. And he's going to TP to base now and heal up, but it looks like there's going to be a move for Roshan. Six Ghost might take these creeps first. He's going to create a stack, provided Nemesis doesn't get in the way. Yep, so that's good. Ping goes out, and they're going to go for a Roshan. And it's just pinged out, and both teams know what's up, and we're in a Wild West standoff right now. Damali just getting ready. Is he just going to blink in? Yep. And YOLO sees this. They see Damali is there. Six Ghost is just ready and waiting. He wants to see more than one person because he wants to catch that Chronosphere. Skywrath all the way up by the remains of the tier 2 tower. And they're sending down the illusions. Shiva's Guard completed on the Razor. And are they going to let them take the Roche? No, surely not. But they're going to go for... Let's see if they go for a smoke, though. No one has a smoke yet. They're not hurry. If they don't hurry, this Roche is going to go the way. And this is going to be close. So they just Skywrath Mage just bought the smoke. And it looks like... this Roche is going to go their way of Guidos if they're not careful. It looks like they may actually just be giving it up. Are they gathering up?
Take that.
Looks like Steve is going to try and get a little bit of farm over on the top lane. Madu is following, just provide some escort. But yeah, it looks like this Roshan is going the way. And there goes Slark with the Aegis. So he is going to be a very, very strong contender. And he has the double damage rune. This could very well be a second lane of Rax. If Guidos manage to win this next fight, and they pop the double damage rune and they see Six Ghost. Oh, and there goes the pounce, and there he goes. He's gonna go down, and that is incredible. That is gonna definitely help. He does not have enough money for a buyback, it looks like. No, he does not. He was too busy. He almost completed his Aghanim Scepter. He only needs one more item, and let's just see. Oh, I can't find the right thing, but here goes Gaz. Gaz has been stunned. Damali has taken the hit, but his gonna revive. Down goes the Rich Doctor. Down goes Steve Winwood. Down goes YOLO. The entire team is down. The pings are out. Madu can't do anything. That is a second lane of Rax, and this may very well be GG at this point. 4,100 gold, 1,800 gold, 4,100 XP, and 2 stuns were popped by. There goes the glyph. No buybacks ready for the Team YOLO, and I think this might be the end of the game. I'm trying to find the buyback status. Yeah, there are no buybacks ready except Steve. And there goes the GG. And this is quite possibly the best series to date on this tournament. Team Guidos has emerged victorious. We are now going to Game 3 of this Giantbomb Community Tournament Losers Finals. Very good demonstration of play from Guidos. They were pretty much in control of the match the entire time. Only one time did the experience and gold dip in favor of YOLO, but then Slark making key plays and Viper really just getting the tankiness he need. Damali with the Blink Dagger and mobility, and the pressure from that Radiance just really helped during those team fights. Great plays from the Jakiro Yules and Ogre Magi Yules. And we're going to go to Game 3, people. That's right. Game 3 of the Losers Finals will be back in just a couple of minutes. Thank you.